Good afternoon. This is our group presentations from Organization Behavior Observation. We choose Park Sun Ria as our Organization Behavior Observation. This observation, we focus on individual behavior of the employee, employee emotion and stress level in workplace, and cross-culture and different gender among employee in communication. As an introduction, Park Sun Ria is an Asian-based department store operator which selling a park or providing routine maintenance such as men department, sport department, kids and baby department, electrical product, and etc. Park Sun Ria has been observed by our group and will be explained throughout this video. Now we will proceed to our case study 1. Based on our observations, which is 17 March 2017 on Friday, at ground floor, there were a lot of customers were waiting for them to pay their groceries, but the cashiers went to other sections to get checked herself one of the grocery price without asking other employee to replace her positions and leave the counter empty. This caused around 5 to 6 customers want to pay their bill, but there was nobody standby at the cashier. For this case study, we decide to use MAS model. This model purpose that there are 4 factors which are motivations, ability, role perceptions, and situations factor that influence each particular individual behavior. Motivations refer to the willingness for acting in a particular way. Next, ability refers to the aptitude and learning capabilities required to do or acting morally, physically, legally, and financially. Role perceptions refer to how the person understands their job duty in a particular specific situations. Situations factor refer to the effect that do not happen from within the environment but from elsewhere, such as environments and other around us.
Now we will proceed to our case study 2. Based on situation 1, we observed at 18 March 2017, there was a customer buying trousers in men's department at Park Sun Ria first floor. He is looking for high-waist trousers and he couldn't find on the rack. There was an employee stand nearby the men's department's fitting room, play his foot, but there is no employee come to serve him for a long time. After that, he asked the employee for high-waist trousers which suit to him, but the employee just asked him to find at the rack and show up his impatience. From this situation, we see that the employee did not give the professional service to the customers, which they neglect the request of customer and did not aggressive to serve them. We assume that the employees might have their personal matters. In addition, the employee just served the customer when the customer asks. For this situation, we decided to use emotion intelligence. Emotional intelligence is important in building an effective employee. There is a 4-quadrant model to identify emotional intelligence and divide into 4 dimensions, which is awareness of own emotions, awareness of others' emotions, management of own emotions, and management of other emotions. They have to learn how to manage their own emotions so that they're able to manage their emotional response to specific situations. Therefore, they wouldn't affect their service quality and customers' emotions. In situation 2, from the beginning, there are 2 cashiers working at the counter, but one of the cashiers suddenly leaving the counter without calling people to replace his position at counter. There was only one cashier complete many tasks in short time, so the cashier not able to complete his task efficiently with the support of study we have conduct. This is due to workplace stressor, which is low task control. For this situation, we decided to use consequences of distress. This situation will cause another cashier still work at the counter feeling tenses and also restlessness. Assume that he was anxiety while he working at counter. This is due to the only one worker at the counter handles or collect the payment and packing the commodities from a lot of customers. Next, in workplace stressor include low task control. Low task control means the workers are more stressed when they lack control over how and when their tasks, as well as lack control over the pace of work activity. Assume that cashier facing the workplace stressor, which is low task control. Hence, the cashier was not able to complete his task efficiently. Cashier work burden increased because he need to collect the payment from customer, scan the commodity, and pack the commodity. He was lack of control over how he does his work and the pace of work activity.
Now we will proceed to our case study 3. Based on situation 1, there was a lady customer request the employee to recommend her a long skirt that she want to wear at a birthday party. However, the employee recommended her to buy a short skirt instead of long skirt and told her that wearing a short skirt will give a charming and cute impression to people. The employees start to promote different kinds of skirts in several colors and quality, and recommend the accessory like belt, high heel, and earring to match the skirt to the lady while she was answering a call in the fitting room. For this situation, we decide to use ambiguity language. Ambiguity language is something can be understood in two or more possible senses or way. If the ambiguity is in a single word, it's called lexical ambiguity. However, if it is in a sentences or clause, it's called structural ambiguity. Ambiguity language is an important part of language, which is often used to avoid unwanted emotional responses produced from more specific words or praise. From the situation 1, we can see that the employee recommended the pretty lady to have a try on short skirt instead of telling her the fact that her height is not suitable for wearing long skirt. Besides, we assume that when the lady was changing clothes in the fitting room, she received a call from her family. At the time she is talking, she hears the employee keep giving to her the recommendation about her wearing wear. After she ends of the phone line, she realized she missed out hearing some suggestions from the employee and asked the employee to repeat them all. Furthermore, information overload occurs when the sender does not communicate his or her message effectively, and the receiver is unable to filter and evaluate the information. If too much new information is fed to the lady, she will be unable to cope with the information. This state of imbalance is recognized as information overload. In situation 2, there was a customer buying shoes in Park-Sun-ria. She shopped and grabbed a pair of heels, but her foot do not fit well into the heels. After that, she asked the sales assistant for a pair of heels with larger size. However, the sales assistant are unable to hear the customer's voice clearly and do not understand what does she talk about. This may be because her voice was too soft for the sales assistant to hear, and she speaks too quickly that made the sales assistant cannot catch up with her. The sales assistant do not understand the customer say also might because of they come from different backgrounds. For this situation, we decide to use cross-cultural communication. There was a voice intonation occurred between the sales assistant and the customer. We assume that the customer speaks softly and too fast made her listener. The sales assistant worked too hard. This situation occurred may be caused by different culture between the sales assistant and the customer. Furthermore, there was a language, another obstacle of cross-cultural communication. From the observation, we found that the information transferred by the customer to the sales assistant are not clear and easy to confuse, especially for those customers who came from West Malaysia while the sales assistant is local people in Labuan. Words are easily misunderstood when the customer gave the message to the sales assistant through a verbal communication, so the words will become not efficient and effective in cross-cultural communication. In conclusion, we conclude that from our observation, we had applied all the theory into the situation we observed. Then that's all. Thank you.